Throughout history, cultures around the world have looked to the heavens for explanations of war, both its destructive nature and its potential for glory. Mythologies have assigned gods and goddesses to represent these forces, each embodying different aspects of conflict, violence, and strategy. From the chaotic and bloodthirsty to the strategic and just the gods of war are as diverse as the cultures that created them. What is it that drives these powerful deities? Is it power, chaos, or perhaps a deeper sense of balance and justice? Let's take a journey through the mythologies of the world to explore these fascinating gods of war and uncover what makes them so essential to human history. War has been a constant throughout human existence, shaping civilizations and altering the course of history. As societies developed, they created divine figures to explain the forces of battle. These war gods are far more than mere symbols of violence. They represent the complexities of war, its chaos and destruction, but also its necessity for protection, justice, and the survival of a people. In many cultures, war gods are revered not just as warriors, but as wise strategists, protectors of the land, and even creators of peace. This narrative will delve into the roles these gods played, exploring their personalities, their myths, and the lessons they taught their followers about the nature of conflict. Ares, the Greek god of chaotic war. Ares, the god of war in Greek mythology, represents the raw, untamed force of battle. Born to Zeus and Hera, Ares was a powerful and fierce figure who thrived on the chaos of war. Unlike his sister Athena, who embodied strategic warfare, Ares was all about the physicality of conflict, the bloodshed, the fury, and the violence. His love of battle often made him unpopular among both gods and mortals. Ares was seen as impulsive, reckless, and bloodthirsty, often rushing into battle without a plan or strategy. The Greeks themselves had a complicated relationship with Ares. While he was one of the Olympian gods, his worship was not widespread, and he was more feared than revered. However, Ares' passionate nature also made him a figure of attraction. His well-known affair with Aphrodite, the goddess of love, revealed his impulsive side. Their relationship was one of raw desire, much like Ares' love for war itself. Yet even in this, he could not escape the consequences of his impetuousness, as his affair was exposed, leading to embarrassment and humiliation among the gods. Through Ares, we see the dangers of unchecked aggression and the perils of allowing passion and rage to rule over strategy and wisdom. Athena, the Greek goddess of strategic warfare, in stark contrast to Ares, Athena represents the intellectual and strategic aspects of warfare. Born from the head of Zeus, fully armed and ready for battle, Athena is the goddess of wisdom, warfare, and justice. She embodies the ideal that war should be fought with reason, strategy, and purpose, rather than for the sake of violence. Athena was not just a warrior, but a protector of cities and civilizations, most notably Athens, which was named in her honor. Athena's wisdom and calm demeanor made her a revered figure in Greek culture. She was often sought after for guidance, not just in matters of war, but in diplomacy, governance, and art. Her presence on the battlefield was always one of calculated defense, ensuring that wars were fought for just reasons and with the intention of restoring peace. Athena's strategic mind made her a key figure in many Greek myths, such as guiding Odysseus during the Trojan War, where her intelligence helped bring victory to the Greeks. More than just a warrior, Athena's association with wisdom gave her a unique place among the gods. She was a teacher of heroes, a defender of law, and a symbol of justice. Through Athena, we see that war is not inherently evil. It is sometimes necessary for protecting what is just and honorable. Her role as a war goddess is not about seeking conflict, but about using strategy and wisdom to achieve peace. Mars, the Roman god of war and agriculture. Mars, the Roman god of war, held a unique position in Roman culture. Unlike his Greek counterpart Ares, who was often reviled for his chaotic nature, Mars was deeply respected and revered as a protector of Rome. Mars was more than just a god of battle. He was also associated with agriculture, reflecting the Roman belief that war was a means to ensure peace, stability, and prosperity. In Roman culture, war was not seen solely as a destructive force, but as a necessary tool for securing the state's survival and growth. Mars was a central figure in Roman religion, and his influence extended beyond the battlefield. He was celebrated during festivals, most notably in March, a month named after him, when soldiers would begin their military campaigns and farmers would start preparing their land for planting. This connection between war and agriculture highlighted Mars' dual role as both a destroyer and a creator, one who tears down in order to build up stronger foundations. One of the most significant myths surrounding Mars is his fathering of Romulus and Remus, the legendary founders of Rome. According to the myth, Mars impregnated the Vestal virgin Rhea Silvia, and their offspring went on to establish the city of Rome itself. This story cemented Mars' place as the protector of the Roman state, not just in terms of military might, but in his role as a father of the nation. In Mars, we see the ideal of war as a force that, while destructive, is also necessary for the growth and protection of a civilization. Odin, the Norse god of war and wisdom. Odin, the All-Father in Norse mythology, is a multifaceted god who presides over war, death, wisdom, and poetry. Unlike many war gods who focus primarily on the physical aspects of battle, Odin's approach to war is deeply tied to fate, destiny, and knowledge. His role as a war god is complex. He is both a ruthless warrior and a wise seeker of knowledge, always striving to understand the greater mysteries of the universe. Odin's connection to war is tied to his role as the chooser of the slain. He is the one who decides which warriors will fall in battle and which will be taken to Valhalla, his great hall, where they prepare for Ragnarok, the end of the world. Odin's warriors, the Einherjar, spend their days training for the final battle that will determine the fate of the gods and the universe. In this sense, war in Norse mythology is not just about survival or glory, but about the inevitable march toward destiny. Odin's wisdom is often portrayed as hard-earned. He famously sacrificed his eye in exchange for a drink from the well of Mimir, which granted him unparalleled knowledge of the cosmos. This act of self-sacrifice highlights the Norse belief that wisdom and power come at a price, and that war is not to be entered into lightly. Odin's wisdom also manifests in his ability to manipulate and influence events, ensuring that the outcomes of wars align with his grander vision for the universe. In Odin, we see a war god who is as much a strategist as he is a warrior, balancing the chaos of battle with the order of fate and destiny. Huitzilopochtli, the Aztec god of war and the sun Huitzilopochtli, is one of the most powerful and important gods in Aztec mythology, representing both war and the sun. He was the patron god of the Mexica, the ethnic group that founded the Aztec Empire, and his influence was central to the empire's expansion and dominance in Mesoamerica. For the Aztecs, war was not just a means of conquest, but a sacred duty, necessary for maintaining the balance of the cosmos. Huitzilopochtli, with his dual role as a war god and sun god, demanded blood sacrifices to ensure the sun would rise each day and the world would continue. The Aztecs' military success was often attributed to Huitzilopochtli's favor, and they believed that their victories on the battlefield were a reflection of his divine power. His fierce, relentless nature made him a god who was both feared and revered. Huitzilopochtli's birth story is one of violence and triumph. He was born fully armed from his mother, Huitzilopochtli, and immediately killed his rebellious siblings, cementing his role as a god of war from the moment of his birth. Human sacrifice was a crucial aspect of Huitzilopochtli's worship, as it was believed that the sun needed the blood of warriors to continue its journey across the sky. This emphasis on sacrifice highlights the Aztec belief that war was necessary to maintain the order of the universe, and that through war, they were fulfilling a divine mandate. Huitzilopochtli's role as both a war god and a sun god encapsulates the Aztec worldview, where war, religion, and the cosmos were deeply intertwined. Sekhmet, the Egyptian goddess of war and healing. Sekhmet, the lioness-headed goddess of war and destruction, held a unique dual role in Egyptian mythology. While she was feared as a goddess of violence and bloodshed, she was also revered as a goddess of healing and protection. Sekhmet was the embodiment of the destructive power of the sun, sent by the god Ra to punish humanity when they strayed from his divine path. However, after her wrath had been unleashed, she could also be calmed and transformed into a healer, restoring balance and order. As the protector of the pharaohs in battle, Sekhmet was a symbol of strength and might. Her name, which means the powerful one, reflects her fearsome nature, and she was invoked by warriors and kings seeking her protection on the battlefield. Yet, Sekhmet's power was not solely destructive. In many myths, after her rage had passed, she would become a source of healing and renewal, capable of restoring those she had harmed. This duality of destruction and healing reflects the Egyptian understanding of war as both a destructive and regenerative force. One of the most famous myths about Sekhmet is her rampage, where she nearly destroys all of humanity after being sent by Ra to punish them for their disobedience. She is only stopped when Ra tricks her into drinking vast quantities of beer dyed red to look like blood, which calms her rage and saves the world from annihilation. This story illustrates the fine line between violence and peace, showing that war, while sometimes necessary, must be tempered with wisdom and restraint. Sekhmet's dual role as both a destroyer and healer speaks to the Egyptian belief in the balance of the universe, where chaos and order must exist in harmony. Kartikeya, the Hindu god of war and victory. Kartikeya, also known as Skanda or Murugan, is the Hindu god of war, youth, and victory. He is the son of Shiva and Parvati and was created to lead the divine armies against the forces of evil. Kartikeya is depicted as a young, fearless warrior, often riding a peacock and carrying a spear, symbolizing his strength, courage, and military prowess. His youthful energy and determination make him a beloved figure in Hindu mythology, particularly in southern India, where he is widely worshipped as a god of victory and valor. Kartikeya's primary role in Hindu mythology is as a protector of the cosmos. He was created for the purpose of defeating the demon Kartikeya, who could only be killed by a son of Shiva. Kartikeya's leadership in this battle showcases his tactical brilliance and bravery. His victory over Kartikeya is celebrated as a symbol of the triumph of good over evil, and his role as a divine general is a reminder of the importance of discipline, strategy, and righteousness in warfare. Beyond his role in battle, Kartikeya is also a symbol of youthful vitality and leadership. He is often depicted as a deity who encourages his followers to strive for success and excellence in all endeavors, not just in war. Kartikeya's stories emphasize the importance of overcoming obstacles and facing challenges head-on, with the confidence and determination of a warrior. His victories in battle serve as metaphors for the personal struggles that individuals face in life, and his worship continues to inspire devotion and strength in his followers. Across cultures and mythologies, war gods have played an essential role in shaping how societies understand conflict. Whether feared or revered, these gods represent the dual nature of war, its capacity for both destruction and protection. From the Greek gods of war, who embodied both chaotic violence and strategic wisdom, to the Aztec gods, whose need for sacrifice maintained the balance of the cosmos. War deities have always reflected the complexities of battle. These gods show that war is not simply a force of violence. It is also a path to justice, protection, and ultimately peace. If you're fascinated by the stories of war gods and their role in shaping ancient cultures, make sure to subscribe and dive deeper into the myths that define our world. Let me know in the comments which war god resonates with you the most and why.